are back for show number 2.
Number 2.
We are here, and we had some fun responses from the first one.
We did.
Yeah, it was good stuff.
People were going home and doing their homework.
They were. I was proud of them.
I was excited about. I was interested to hear what you guys had to say about what kind of food group you were.
Yeah.
Or food or.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting. I said one person said that they were a mixed berry smoothie.
Just a mixed berry smoothie.
Their whole family, just all kinds of different pieces of the family mixed in together. Okay. So that was interesting.
We heard steak.
We did hear steak.
Steak was what, different depending on the cut?
Depending on the time and how long you cook it. And
that was intricate.
That was... Somebody really thought about that.
Where on the steak?
Yeah.
Where on the steak?
Yeah.
What you get? What was it?
What cut you do? Yeah, it was.
And then what? I think who was it? Was it your sister or who said that they were? There was something.
I don't know. We got some.
I've heard 7-layer dip. Everybody in the family is a different layer that blended together. Same thing, blended together. It makes something awesome.
There you go. 7-layer dip, man. That was we've gotten some fun ones.
Yeah.
We've gotten some fun ones. So I appreciate everybody doing their work and kind of looking out and participating. So that's been fun. But today, an interesting topic.
About today.
Today we are going to get into dating in marriage.
Okay.
Like why do it? Why is it important? Why do we stop doing it? It seems like a lot of folks, like once the guy gets the ring on the finger and says the I do's, like things kind of change. So why do you think that is?
You get comfortable.
Yeah.
You get comfortable. I think you get caught up in life, right? You have kids, you work, you have not that you don't have any reason to impress me or court me, but you live together.
I mean, I got you now.
You know, I feel like you just became like my real life boyfriend. Like, not like I stopped breaking up with you in my head about like maybe 5 years ago now.
For real?
Like legit. Like I was like, I'm broken up with him. I'm not talking to him.
That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. You still breaking up with me when you got mad?
Yeah. So like you've legit like we got serious in my head. Like you were for real my boyfriend.
Okay.
5 years ago.
I mean, I'm glad about that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That I graduated
so
the level.
You didn't just get me because like you weren't you didn't just get me like in my head like you did something different. I was like, no, we're not together no more.
Okay. Got you. Well, glad that I graduated to that next step, that next
You're
level.
Good now.
That we're official.
We've been official.
Like, we got married, but we weren't official
right.
apparently.
We didn't have a serious relationship.
Okay.
So I think, but I mean, you stop like not wanting to be with the person, but you stop trying so hard because you're like you said, you got me.
Yeah.
So why do you have to date me?
Yeah.
Right. Like I think that it even needs to be so much more intentional and so much more of an emphasis. I don't think we realize how important it is to date in your marriage because you become so comfortable.
Yeah.
I wake up with you.
Yeah.
I see you every day. We spend every day together.
Yeah. I smell your stink breath when you first wake up in the morning.
My breath smells like roses.
My stink breath. Yeah,
yours
real talk.
Yours is foul.
You know what? See,
but I smell real good. in
the Okay. We'll roll with that one then.
But it's easy to get caught up in life and say, well, I see you every day, so I don't have a chance to miss you. I don't have a chance to, we're in the same walls 24/7 together. So
like from your standpoint, why do you feel it's important to do it? Like to
it keeps you connected.
Yeah.
Right? Like on an intimate level, on even like you said, like a dating level. Like when we were dating, it was, I want to get to know everything about this person. I want to know about that person's life. I want to know about that person's family.
Yeah.
I want to know everything about you. Yeah. But now, like, I know everything about you. I don't got anything else, to learn. You don't think about what more is there. I
think that's the weird part that, I don't know, somewhere along the line you begin to forget, I guess, that like there's still so much to learn about a
Yeah.
person, right? I mean, depending on, we get together at different ages and we get married at different ages. And so people have been through different life events,
Right.
leading up to their relationship or,
Yeah.
the I do's and stuff like that. But it's like, there's still so much more to learn about a person because, I mean, let's be honest, like when you're dating and stuff like that, like a lot of time it's your representative that's there. Like it's not really you, right? I mean,
It wasn't you. Who did I marry?
Depending on
Who
what
did-
situation
okay.
you're in,
Right.
like you're putting on a different face or you're putting on
bro, you saw
a different
all of me.
persona.
I didn't.
I
I
mean,
didn't change.
Eventually, like after we got like, okay, real talk.
Right.
Real talk. Again, we're going to keep it 100. Like, it's just when different life situations come up that you weren't put in while you were
Yeah.
dating, right? So you didn't, like, there were some things I didn't know how you would react to just because we never been in that situation. Not like it's necessarily a bad thing or anything,
Right.
but it's just
Yeah.
you haven't been exposed to those type of things. So it's like there's definitely still more stuff to learn. And I think dating is a way you can still learn those things, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I mean, I know something that we started doing on scheduling date nights,
Yeah.
right? Because, a lot of the time the big thing is, well, the kids. Well,
Yeah.
We have this going
New
on. Or we have,
new parents.
yeah.
We just had a baby, and I don't have time to date. We don't have time to. It's all about the baby.
Which probably brings up the first fact of how important it is to have community around you.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, so many situations that we've been through, that we've been in, like, I don't know how we would have made it through had we not had like community around us.
Yeah.
I mean,
right. Well, the right type of community, right? Like
yeah.
people that are grounded in the same foundational values as you, people that are your safe space, that you trust, essentially, like, especially with your kids, right? Like, we have a special needs son.
Yeah.
So not everybody is equipped to take care of a special needs kid.
That's real talk.
Right.
That's legit right
and
there.
like Jalen, he's very different. He's very different in his special needs. Like, he is not like everybody else, right? So he's not bound to a wheelchair, but he also is nonverbal, and he also has seizures, but we don't know why.
Right.
So he's not on any type of medication to prevent, and even the medication didn't prevent it.
Yeah.
So we didn't keep it on him. So it's like, man, do I trust somebody enough to watch my kid? And not that they're not equipped or capable. It's just that's a big responsibility.
Yeah, that's huge.
Not like I don't trust anybody or I'm too scared, whatever, but it's so much bigger. Like, okay, it's one thing, like, yeah, like new parents or even parents alone, right? Like getting babysitters and doing different, but not everybody can just babysit like our kids. Jalen is 17 now. He's not just a 6-year-old child that has a special need or has a disability.
He got man things going on.
He got man things. You still have to wipe him. Like, there's things that, like, people are not ready for when they think, oh, we can watch Jalen.
Yeah, no, that's real.
And with Jalen too, is like, you don't know when he's gonna get a whole attitude. Man. You don't know what you are gonna get with that kid. He's fun one minute. You don't let him watch Cars.
Bruh.
He's mean the next. You know what I'm saying?
This dude is serious about his Pixar Cars.
He loves him some
1, 2, and
Lightning
3.
McQueen, okay? But it's like, that's real talk. Like, you can't trust everybody with your children, or there has to be community around you to say, okay.
And let's be real, the world is crazy today.
The world is crazy.
Yeah.
So, there's that, right? So not every parent is going to just leave their kids with just anybody.
Yeah.
And even if they did, it's like boundaries, like, okay, when is the in-laws too much? When is family too much to be in your business?
Ooh,
or
boundaries, man. That's
whatever it is, right?
We gonna hit that one at some point.
We're going to hit that at some point. But kids are the first thing. Well, we have kids. We got to get a babysitter.
Yeah.
Man, things cost money. And then you got, listen, like, at the end of the day, it's like, look, we just paid $40 to $60 for a babysitter. You still got to take me out to eat because I'm hungry.
Right.
I'm hungry. And I'm not that chick that's not going to eat I want some food.
No, we eat around here.
We eat.
Yep.
I want some food. And then are we going, can we get some snacks? I want some snacks.
Yo, okay. Y'all know how I enjoy my sidebar, so we gonna sidebar on this one right here. This woman of mine right here, like, her and some snacks right? Not
Listen.
snacks,
No.
but schnacks.
We need some
right?
schnacks.
So we will be headed out to eat, and maybe I need to stop at the gas station just to get gas.
Are you gonna get me something?
Her first question is, are we getting snacks? I'm like, we're legit headed to the restaurant. Like, we really need snacks right now.
Like, what if the restaurant's far? I'm gonna get hungry. Are we gonna stop for coffee? Can we get some coffee with a little?
Okay,
with a
so
little
y'all need to make sure,
croissant
and
in the middle of it.
y'all need to make sure that you are following us on social medias, and you would have seen some of the stories that were posted in the last couple of days about this lady over here and some coffee always around. She's addicted.
I'm not addicted. I'm a coffee connoisseur.
That's what you call it?
Just like we love donuts, you know, coffee is a vital thing in my life to help me function.
I don't leave donuts in the couch. I don't leave them like sitting around, and because I left it
There wasn't
when I leave the house. I'm like, I gotta pick me up another donut.
But listen, we're not allowed to have drinks in our living room, so there's nowhere to put like drinks.
So you had the coffee shoved between the cushions so
I
it wouldn't fall over.
needed something to hold it up.
Yo, for real, this is my life. This is my life right here.
Anyway,
So
I need some snacks. Are we stopping for snacks? That's, so there's another $20. The gas is like,
we got $20 in snacks, people. $20 in
listen,
snacks.
coffee's about like $5.79. I don't know.
See, that's probably what some of these young couples need to do right there is quit spending so much money on Starbucks, and they have more money for a date night.
Coffee could be a date night.
It could be.
It could be. That's the thing too, right? Like we think that dates have to be so intricate. Man, all I'm asking you to do is just like spend some time. It's about the time. It's about quality time, right? So essentially, a date night, people think I gotta take you out. I gotta take you.
Yep.
Also, date nights don't always mean movies, right? Like I can't have.
That's
a
like
conversation
the worst
with
date
you.
night.
For real.
Yeah.
I can't have a conversation with you in the movie theater.
Yeah.
Date nights are meant to connect.
Yep.
For me.
Yeah. No, and I think that's what it should be for each couple. Like, not saying you can't ever go to the movies.
Right.
But yeah.
Essentially, like there should be some conversations that should be, because again, we get wrapped up in talking about kids and work and whatever. Like, I want to know about you.
Yeah.
Like, what's been going on in Mark's life? What's been going on with you? Like, are we and I think the only way to get closer to you is to talk to you.
Yeah.
Right?
I think especially as guys, we miss out on that intimacy with our wives of conversation.
Yeah.
Of really like, man, let me find out what's really going on in her life right now. Like what she's thinking about on a daily basis.
Do y'all even think like that?
Generally not. Like it took me a long time to get to that point.
Right.
To look at, dating and date nights from a different perspective, to be like, no, this is a chance for me to grow in intimacy with my wife.
Right. And I'm gonna be real with you. Like, if we're not being intimate, and intimate doesn't always mean sex, right? So if you're not being intimate with me or being
dropping bombs right there, folks.
Like real talk. If you're not being intentional, if you're not intentionally being intimate with me as far as having a conversation with me and like really talking to me, 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna feel like I don't want to be intimate with you in the bedroom. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like it's gonna feel more like, because you have needs as a man and as women, we have needs, but as a man, you're more physical touch, right? That's how God intended you to be. And so you expect this level of intimacy from your wife, from your partner. If we're caught up in chores and like women we multitask, and so for us it feels like another task. If you're just asking me to do something, or it's just like, hey, we're just gonna get it done. Like, but throughout the weeks, this becomes routine. I'm gonna feel like that's a chore. That should never be a chore. Like, you should never get my leftovers.
Man,
you know
that's good right there.
You should never have to get my leftovers. You should never be last place to me. I shouldn't be too tired to want to be intimate. But at the same time, we shouldn't be too tired to date.
Yeah.
You know, we
Yeah.
shouldn't be too tired to talk to each other, to have a conversation.
Yeah.
And even if it is having a conversation about kids, having a conversation about, man, what's going on with work? Like,
Yeah.
where are you?
Yeah.
Like, is that where you want to be? Is that, you know, all these little things, or just like being silly again and, you know, connecting again the way it's, we don't have to be adults for an hour out of our day.
Yeah.
You know, and it doesn't involve a heavy dinner at some crazy fancy restaurant or what, like, we were broke a lot of, you know, we were broke a lot of our married years, and we've been married 14 years. We dated for 3 years prior to that. So like we were, you know, we didn't always have money to go out. So we got creative. We stayed in the car and we talked. A lot of our date nights were driving around San Antonio, finding things to do.
Man, we know a couple who they have been married 50 plus years. Yeah. And they'll still tell you one of their best date nights is like going to the Lowe's and grabbing a hot dog.
Going to Lowe's and grabbing a hot dog.
You know, the hot dog stand they have outside of Lowe's and Home Depot. It's like, and that's just it. Like, it's not about necessarily what you're doing. And, you know, special occasions when you want to do nice dinners, like that's fine. But it's about getting to know you on a personal, intimate level with where you're at right now.
Right.
Because we constantly change, we grow. And that's one of the things that, man, it hurts my heart when I hear like we grew apart. And it's like, man, like how'd you let that happen? Like as a man, because I feel like that responsibility more sits on me to be able to stay in tune and to more consistently be reaching out to you to say, hey, Abby, where are you at right now? Like, where's your head at right now? Like, just what are you thinking? Like, what's, you know, how's life going for you? Because like you said, we sleep together, we pass each other, we you know, just doing stuff with kids and work and, you know, different tasks that we have going on. And it's easy to think like, oh, well, we're always together, or I always see you, so I know exactly how you're doing or where you are, whatever, whatnot. And it's like no, like you need to set aside that time and just be like, hey, how are things really going? Like, like, are you doing okay? And that goes such a long way. That goes such a long way.
I think we talked about this last episode. Like, I think the last few years, because we've been intentional, because we've made time for each other, right? Like, the last few years of marriage has been that much sweeter. Yeah. Like, you know, we always talk about, oh, he's my best friend. Like, you get married. Oh, I married my best friend. Blah, blah, blah.
That's my best friend. She's a real hot man. No.
That's Avy. That's Avy's jam right there. She don't know she don't know the words. Like,
not those words.
She don't know those words, but that's the only two lines she thinks she knows. But I think like marriage is that much sweeter because we've learned to be intentional with each other. We learned not to be each other's leftovers.
Yeah. That's huge right there is not treating your spouse like leftovers. Yeah. Like you intentionally put effort into your job. You intentionally put effort into getting the kids where they need to go, or handling this or handling that. And then at the end of the night or whatever, it's okay. Now we'll sit out on the couch and I'm probably going to fall asleep. Yeah. Like that's all you get. Yeah. And you know, a couple of weeks ago, we attended a marriage conference that our church puts on, called Marriage Works. And one of the speakers, Chris Sparks, he had said, you know, women don't measure love in what they hear. Right. They measure it in what they see. And he was talking about the things that we as men prioritize. Like, I prioritize my job, or I prioritize this. But when I make the effort to set aside time for us, right, and make the effort to carve out time without distractions, what does that do for you?
It makes me feel important. But also, I will say that it can't always be on you, right? Like, us as women, we're like, man, I wish he would date me more. I wish he would take me out more. I wish we would, you know, why don't we do stuff together? It is just as much our responsibility to make time, right? Hey, I'm going to get the kids watched. Can we go out? Yeah. And there have been many times where I'm like, we need to go on a date. Yeah. When are we going to go on a date? Yeah. We should go and we should go here.
And full disclosure,
Yeah.
there are a lot of times it's not that I don't want to date or anything like that, but we're human. And it's like it's
Yes.
easy to get caught up in what's going on and stuff like that.
The
But when
day-to-day.
but when she says stuff like that, like, you know what, we need to go on a date. It's like that's like a good little reminder, and it's just bet I'm scheduling something in. Like
Yeah.
we're gonna figure this out.
Be intentional about a schedule.
And that's just it. If
Yeah.
you can get to the point, we have some friends of ours that they have a date night scheduled every other week on the calendar, and it's fantastic. And we were doing that for a while, and we got away from it. But because of our schedules now, and we both work from home, we're a lot more flexible to where we get date nights 2 or 3 times a week.
Yeah, we do.
Which is or date days
and because all the kids are in school.
Yeah, they're all in
so
school,
that's
so
nice.
we can go to breakfast together or we go to lunch and but just end result is you got to figure out what works for you.
Right. And I mean, I guess like people think date is like we have to go out, we have to do A, B, and C. It's no, when we say date, we think make time for each other. Make time for me.
Yep.
Like I'm asking for 30 minutes of your time. And I'm not saying, hey, let's go on a date and invite 4 other couples.
Yeah.
Please don't do that.
So
please don't do that.
Out of the 2 of us,
Oof.
I'm the one I always want people around. I like groups. I
don't.
Yeah. Yeah. She's not that one.
Y'all, I am such an introvert. I don't get fed like that, right? Like I don't get my fulfillment.
So let's let the people understand
let the
what
people know
what, because I'm sure a lot of people are like, you're not an introvert. Yeah. It's like,
no.
okay.
Y'all,
so,
I am so introverted.
So per the definition that we are referring to, being an introvert is she doesn't get filled or she doesn't get satisfied from being around like large groups of people.
I have to really prepare. Like I have to really prepare myself, and I don't think I was always that way. I think I have always been very, in a sense, introverted, right? But we've never had people at our home in large groups or in large settings or even in small settings, but so many people until we got involved here in DFW area. Like San Antonio, we weren't like that. We had, we had our friends.
Yeah, I did UFC parties every now and then.
Every now and then. But where'd you find me? Like in the back room, right? So for me, multitasking people, like you love, like you.
I can work a room.
You can work a room.
I'm good.
Y'all can work
I am
a room.
good with there being 10, 20.
And you will know every single thing about that person, which I love. That's great, right? But for me, I'm like, man, I want to know one person in this room. I want to know what they're thinking. I want to know all about their life. I want to know them. Like I really want to know. I want this person to know that they have my undivided attention, and I want to know them. I want, and in the same token, I want our house to be open to everybody. Like that, I think that's a big thing for us is our home will always be a home that welcomes everybody and anybody, right? The one place that we feel like if you have nowhere else to go to feel loved, you will come to the Duncan's house and you can rummage around. You have your own area, your own space. You can curl up on the couch and you can be yourself. If y'all are not going through my cabinets by like day 2 of being in my home, I feel real offended. I feel real offended. Like how dare you not know where the cups are? How dare you not know where the silverware is? Why aren't you eating my food? Like I want you to feel at home in my home. At all costs. So yes, I'm very introverted. But I can be extroverted, right? Like I need like 48 hours of like recluse. I need to be by myself. I need to get well again, and so I can be back out in the world and deal with people. Because sometimes I wonder if I like people. Yeah, a lot of times.
So we say that to say if you're doing don't assume group dates count as your date nights.
No, they are not, because you are not talking to me. You are talking to them.
Yeah.
Because you're a worker.
Yeah.
So your undivided attention is not on me. And even if we aren't talking at a table, like, because there have been many date nights that we make conversation and we don't talk.
Yep.
And it's nice because it's the only time we're not dealing with kids. The only time we're not breaking up a fight. The only time we're not talking about adulting of all sorts. Yeah. Finances. Yeah. Things in life, like, so it's nice. It's nice to just be with my best friend, and it took us a while. Like, we really enjoy date night. Like date nights are not a chore. We really enjoy each other's company. Yeah. And we really because you're the one person that I don't have to entertain you, right? Like, Like when you're out, you feel like you have to be on, you have to host people, you have to whatever. Especially when you're dating, like when you're dating in the beginning.
Told you, it's your representative.
Listen,
It's your representative.
Was I a representative though? Was I ever like? I feel like I was always who I am now and who I was then.
I think so to a point. But what I'm saying, I think it's just something with everybody, like just different. Like I know for a fact, you know, there's some situations like when we were dating versus afterwards, I changed how I reacted to it because I'm like, okay, I know that she's not going to oust me if I act the way I really want to, or if I say what I really want to.
You were I'm a do now, ask forgiveness later type of person.
Most of the time, yeah.
So it was like Mark Duncan was doing something and be like, my bad. I'm going to ask for forgiveness later. Whatever. Yeah. But also, I may or may not have had like a hot head. You know. Why are you staring at the people like that? I may or may not have had like, you know, a little bit of a
So if y'all tuned into the show last week and y'all heard us talk about her mom and how stubborn she was, meet her daughter.
Who?
Meet her daughter.
Who? I am not stubborn at all. Anyway, you know, don't bring your friends on a date. That's not a date. Yeah. That's a hangout.
Yeah.
That's a hangout. But I don't want to feel like I'm a chore.
Yeah.
I don't want to feel like you're a chore. Like I want our time together to be meaningful.
Yeah.
Right. And I want our time in the bedroom, outside the bedroom, like to have that emotional attachment to you. You should not be a chore.
Yeah.
We should not be a chore to each other.
Yeah.
So I think dating helps that.
Mm-hmm.
Dating helps you reconnect. Dating helps you remember why you are the two people that you are, why you had babies together, why you got together in the first place. You know, those are the times that it's like we can have those serious conversations or not have any conversation at all. I mean, you know, I think it's important.
So the last thing that we're gonna leave the people with, when you go on dates and it's about having conversation and intimate conversation, every now and then, I wouldn't recommend it every date night, but every now and then you need to ask the hard question. Asking the hard question is something that I think deepened our relationship.
Yeah.
And it shifted the way we saw each other to be able to ask, like, hey, what's something you don't like about me and that you want me to change?
That sucks.
And you have to.
Or I guess it's not that it sucks, but it's like
yeah.
I'm not trying to be mad at you, but I'm about to have a whole attitude.
And that's just it. Like you can't be offended by the answer that comes out, right?
Yeah.
Like because in the end, the goal is the marriage and the relationship, right? Like whoever said marriage is 50-50, like they lied.
That's 100-100.
It's 100-100.
Yeah.
Like I am here to give all of me to you, and you are here to give all of you to me. Right. Like this is how we're going at it.
That's a choice too, y'all. Like that is a choice that you have to make together, right? Like you know, I'm sure we'll get into it eventually, but there was a time when we were like, I am done. I am done with you.
We were coexisting.
We had these babies. I was not about to have another baby daddy, right? Like your marriage number 2.
Yeah.
You know, and so it was like, but what you thought was love, right? Was providing for me, providing for the kids, providing for our family.
Yeah.
And what I thought was love was, hey, connect with me. Like, take me out.
What do I need to date you for? I pay the bills and I pay this and I take care of you in this way.
Like, I don't want all that.
Yeah.
We could be broke as long as we're doing it together, right? We in the trenches together. But for you, it was like, how do you not see that I love you? I am working. I am, you know, you stayed busy. You're a people person. You stayed busy. You helped other people. You like, I felt last. I felt last place. Like, how can you serve others but not serve your home?
Yeah.
Right. So there was a time when I was like, man, we ain't gonna make it. We're not gonna make it. You know, we don't talk.
Yeah.
There's no intentionality between us.
Yeah.
So that was, you know, having those hard conversations of, you know, where are we?
Yeah.
how you feel about me? Like,
Yeah.
what is something, and we ask our kids those things too. Like,
Yeah.
what's the one thing that you would change about mommy and daddy?
Yeah, if you could.
If you could.
And you better be ready
You better be ready.
You know, kids like to be honest. They'll give you the
I wish
hard
you wouldn't
truth.
scream at me. Man, I'll scream at you.
You scream at him right there. It's the truth though. Like
Right.
you that's the biggest thing. You can't take offense to the response that comes back from your spouse, because at the end of the day, it's, I know that Abby loves me and wants the best for me, and she knows that I love her and I want the
Right.
best for her. So if I'm giving her feedback or from a question that she asked me,
Right.
or vice versa, it's okay. Take it in.
Right.
You know, sit on it for a couple of days, reflect on
It's the
it, chew
choice.
on it, whatever you got to do.
Man, I'm thankful for
But-
you because you didn't give up on us. There was that time, like I said, that which had meant to get to, was that you stayed for us, and it was like, man, no, you're about not getting a divorce because that's what you were taught, right? And like, I come from the divorced family, so it's like, no, sign a paper.
Yeah.
Sign a paper. You make the money.
Yeah.
We'll file. I'll
Yeah.
file. You don't want to file? I'll file. Sign a paper. Let's just get it over with. You want to be by yourself anyway.
Yeah.
And you chose to go through the hard and stick it out. But then I had to choose. I was in this too, and I wasn't going to bring up divorce anymore. And I was going to stop throwing it around every time we got in a fight. You know, I was going to go through the hard conversations and say, okay, like, yes, this is what I didn't want essentially changed. But I know that there are some things that I need to do in order for you to be the man of this house.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
So.
Man, that's good. That's good. So recap is
Date your
young.
spouse.
Yes. Date your spouse. Young couples. Community is important. You can have people that help you with babysitting and stuff like that, so it makes your date nights not as expensive. You know, it's important. Ask the hard questions. Group dates don't count as your date nights.
No, it does not.
And it's important to schedule it in to make sure it happens
time for each
on a regular
other.
basis. Man, if you're enjoying what you are hearing, what we are doing here, consider, please do follow us on Facebook, on
Yes,
Instagram. Definitely follow the YouTube channel, looking at all the analytics and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We got lots of people viewing, which is
Like and
awesome.
subscribe.
But subscribe to the channel.
it.
We have like 80% of people who are watching are not subscribed. So please subscribe to the channel and consider please supporting us on Patreon. That would be huge for us to continue producing
What is
content.
Patreon for the people that don't know?
For the
'Cause
people
I
that don't know, Patreon is a way that you can financially support this channel so we can continue to do what we do, continue to bring good content, continue to upgrade and just do this on a more regular basis. So you can get all the details. The links and stuff are kind of right here, I guess. And yeah, off in the land. So
And let us know once again, let us know, email us, contact us, DM us, let us know what you want to hear.
yeah.
We'll talk about it.
All right, man. We're
Let's high five.
there you go. Air 5 coming out of another show. Y'all enjoy it. Later.